All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Health Hub podcast.
Brought to you by Oliver Chiropractic Wellness Clinic here in Edmonton.
You got it. And, I always say it, but,
We love doing these deep dives.
oh, absolutely. I mean, it's always exciting to,
Really get
into, like, a specific topic. And
Yeah.
today we're talking about something that, well,
It's pretty relevant for a lot of them.
yeah, pretty much everyone, I think. I mean, sitting.
Sitting, the act
Yeah.
of sitting.
Yeah. It's like, we all do it,
We do.
you know?
So,
Like at our jobs, at home, like
Driving
in the
around.
car. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
like, we're a society that sits a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
It is.
But it turns out that all that sitting, it's not exactly doing us any favors.
No,
You know,
not really.
there's this study that we were looking at that is like kind of a big deal.
Yeah, this one was a pretty major study. They followed over 8,000 people for 4 years. And you know what's really cool about this study? They actually gave all the participants these little devices they wore on their hips.
Really?
Yeah, they're called accelerometers. And these things, they're like these high-tech trackers that measure every little movement you make.
Oh, wow. So like every
Every step.
shift in your chair.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So I
We
mean,
have that down.
talk about like really in depth.
Oh, yeah. This was a deep dive into sitting habits, for sure. And what they found was, well,
What did they find?
the more time people spent sitting,
Yeah.
the higher their risk of dying from any cause.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the kicker. This was true regardless of their age or how much they exercise.
So even if you're like hitting the gym,
You're working out regularly, yeah.
like it still matters how much you sit.
It does. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? It really emphasizes how important it is to just move,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like just getting up and moving around, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time, can make a huge difference. In fact, the study even found that people who sat for less than 30 minutes at a time, they had a 55% lower risk of death.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
It is.
Like that's more than half.
Yeah.
So like,
And you know what's really interesting is that the study, they didn't actually look into exactly why sitting is so harmful,
yeah, I mean, like what is it about sitting that's so bad for us?
It is a mystery, isn't it? I mean, you'd think, okay, I'm resting my body, that's good, right?
Right. Yeah, you'd think so.
But it seems like our bodies, they weren't really designed for all this sitting.
Yeah.
We're meant to move.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we don't know exactly what's happening at the cellular level, the message is pretty clear. We got to move more.
We do.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's what we want to dive into a little bit more is, like what can we do? What are some practical steps that people can take to combat all this sitting,
Absolutely. I mean, awareness is the first step, right?
Right.
Like you were saying earlier, we sit everywhere. So just being conscious of how much you're sitting, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it's about building in those movement breaks.
Okay, yeah. Movement breaks.
Yeah. So think about it like this. Every 30 minutes, you're setting a little alarm in your head that says time to move.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. A quick walk around the office,
Yeah.
some stretches at your desk, maybe even just standing up to grab a glass of water.
Yeah. Just anything to break it up.
Exactly. And speaking of standing,
Yeah.
have you considered a standing desk?
Oh. Standing desks.
Yeah.
Those are they're pretty popular these days.
They are.
And there's like so many different kinds.
There are. You've got your stationary ones,
Mm-hmm.
the sit-to-stand desks that you can adjust manually.
Yeah.
And then there's even the motorized ones, which are pretty cool.
Those are fancy.
They are fancy.
Yeah. I actually tried a sit-to-stand desk a while back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely an adjustment.
It takes some getting used to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was using muscles I didn't even know I had.
You definitely engage your core more when you're standing.
Yeah. But it's like you build up that stamina over time.
Absolutely. And it's all about finding what works for you, right?
Right.
Like maybe you start with just standing for an hour a day
Mm-hmm.
and then gradually increase it as you get more comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And you know what else could be super helpful? Like all those activity apps and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Technology can be a great tool for this.
Yeah. Like my Apple Watch. It's always bugging me to stand up.
It's like having a little coach on your wrist.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's really helpful. Because it's like those reminders, they make you think, oh yeah, I've been sitting for a while.
Exactly. And you can customize those reminders too so that you're getting up every 30 minutes, just like we were talking about.
Well, that's perfect. I like that.
Yeah. And, for those who prefer a more low-tech approach, you can always just set a timer on your phone,
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, too.
like a good old-fashioned kitchen timer. When it goes off, time to move.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So easy. So, yeah, I mean, it's all about making those little changes, Like, it doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing.
No, definitely not.
Just little steps here and there can really add up.
Absolutely. And that's something we really emphasize here at Oliver Chiropractic Wellness Clinic,
Hmm.
helping people find ways to move more, sit less.
Yeah. Like you said, just those little changes can make a big difference.
They really can.
So, for any of our listeners who are in the Edmonton area, and, maybe you're looking for some more personalized guidance on how to live a healthier, more active life.
Maybe you're dealing with some aches and pains from sitting too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely give Oliver Chiropractic Wellness Clinic a call.
We offer comprehensive exams. We can give you some targeted advice on how to improve your posture, your movement habits.
Yeah, like really figure out what's going to work best for you.
Exactly. We're all about helping you reach your wellness goals. So, as you go about your day to day, maybe you're sitting at your desk, maybe you're driving in your car.
Or watching this podcast.
That's right. I want you to think about this. What's one small change you can make today to sit a little bit less and move a little bit more?
That's a great question.
Because even small changes can have a big impact on your health.
Absolutely. So get up, get moving, and we'll see you back here next time for another deep dive.
See you then.